Okie dokie. I should be live back on Instagram. I'm also gonna double check that my live stream is working on YouTube. Because yes, this happens a lot for me. And it's so heartbreaking and frustrating. Alright. It always goes to private. I don't know why it does that. Alright. Oops. Alright, I am back. Hi, Nora. So sorry. I don't know why it ended so suddenly. It does happen from time to time, which is quite frustrating from my end. But we're back, and it should work again. Alright, let's continue where we left off. Sorry. Alright. Okay, so we're gonna continue where we left off here. We said that the reason why there are two verbs here is because it's following the present progressive rule. Basically what's happening is be plus verb ing. That is a present progressive rule. So I'm often taking the train to work. So that is used in the context of... let's see. I often take the train. Or I'm often taking the train to work. It's just a bit more specific. It's another way of saying this phrase. I don't believe there's anything that shows a specific difference between them other than it's just present progressive versus present simple. That's just a difference between them. It's just present simple versus present progressive. And these both typically mean exactly the same thing. The thing, though, that I underlined to work is because you're indicating that I'm often taking the train to work. You're describing the moment of a specific thing. And it's acceptable to write it this way. That's kind of how I see it. I know it's kind of confusing from you guys, but yeah, that's how it is. So I often take the train. This shows that it's a routine, which is a rule of present simples. If you just state it as that, with an adverb of frequency, then that just tells me that it is a routine. It's an established routine for everything generally. So when you say, I often take the train, I'm assuming you take the train during the holiday, you take the train to go to work, you take the train to do this and that, etc. It becomes a very broad term, right? Versus, I'm often taking the train to work. You can also say, I often take the train to work, too, which is correct. Yeah, so contextually, both of these, there's no difference between them. The more I think about it, yeah. So, it's clear. So these are just two alternatives of how you want to say it. It's just your choice. How do you want to say it? It's up to you. But yes, that's just one way to look at it. We are now entering 8.7, further examples, word order with be. The weather is usually nice here. He's often late for meetings. I'm always tired in the morning. You're hardly ever sick. So, yeah, it is what it is there. So these are extra examples would be. Oh, hi! Aki is here. Pokey! Oh my god, it's been a long time. Good to see you. Topoki! Oh my goodness. Good to have you here. I'm glad you were able to see my stream. Brings us back, right, Topoki? Alright. We have further example words with be. The weather is usually nice. Oh, we already talked about that. Sorry, my train of thought. We're looking now at 8.8. Mark the sentences that are correct. We have, I carry nearly always a bag, or I nearly always carry a bag. I think they're gonna throw examples here of informal speech, but I'm just gonna identify if it is an informal speech. Miss you too, Topoki. I keep saying Aki. I miss you too, Topoki. We miss you, Hana. I miss you guys too. I'm glad I'm back because I will be streaming every day, but it's at a different time zone, just so you know. I stream this once a week at 8 o'clock on Tuesday. And it's just grammar, basically. And then, in the morning, I do my conversation stream. So it's 5 a.m. PDT. So whatever 5 a.m. is in your time zone, that's when I'm streaming on here. So we miss you, Hano. Topoki, I like this book. Yes, I love... English for Everyone is a great book. I really, really like it. It's really good when it comes to grammar, and it's very conversation friendly. You just have to have a teacher that's really good at explaining and catching all of the differences between grammar and everyday speech, colloquial speech. The language is slightly different because, yeah. How are you? I'm doing great. It is Wednesday for me. Yes, it's Wednesday for you guys. So at this time, it's Tuesday for me because I'm one day behind you guys. So if this time is good for you guys, that's awesome to hear. I can't always stream at this time because in the evening, I'm typically out dancing at night. So I can only make time to stream. Most likely, if I were to do this, Tuesday and Wednesday. For the most part, because I don't have Wednesdays usually my private tutoring sessions, but I haven't been seeing my student in a while, so yeah. 4:14 p.m. here. You sound like you have the flu. I did. I'm just like trying to recover. I just recovered yesterday, and I'm also falling back again, so I'm just like, I hate it. I hate it so much. Thank you. I'm trying to overcome that. I actually just got a massage today. I think the fact that I had so much pressure placed on my head, I sound like I have congestions again. But I'm okay. I'm recovering. Thank you for being concerned for me. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and transition back to mark the sentences that are correct. We have number 1. My house is sometimes too cold. My house sometimes is too cold. Okay. We already found the problem here. So I'm just gonna surprise you and say that number 1 is technically correct for both of them. But this is only for COL, colloquial, right here. What has to happen is you need to have the parenthetical commas. So why are we doing that? Because emphasis. So this is correct in speech. My house sometimes is too cold. So notice I even pause in my speech because it's to direct emphasis. My house sometimes is too cold in the morning. Here, my house is sometimes too cold is grammar only. So if the book was gonna tell you, okay, choose the right one for your test, it's this one. So this would be correct for grammar because this is what they're looking for. This one's okay for speech. So it's not incorrect. It's only okay in speech. You sound like you have the flu. Oh, wish you a speedy recovery. Thank you, Nor. Get well soon. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, guys. All right. Number 2. She almost never walks to work. She walks almost never to work. So this is just a very awkward phase. Thank you for the hearts, you guys. That's so sweet. Oh my god. This is really bringing me back. I really miss this stream. Oh my goodness. You guys are so sweet. She almost never walks to work. She walks almost never to work. The correct answer is for grammar. So when I say correct answer, just remember this is limited to grammar. She almost never walks to work. Okay? She walks almost never to work. It could be used as emphasis for the second part. So again, if you're going to use it for emphasis sake, you can move it to this place. But you need to have, again, these parenthetical commas to indicate that it is an emphasis or being dramatic. Yeah, that's how I see it though. I'm like, wow, you're so dramatic. Correct, Aki. I keep saying Aki because of your first name. That's right, Topoki. That's the first one. Number 3, it very often is his fault, or it is very often his fault. So we have it very often is his fault, or it is very often his fault. So remember the rule that I mentioned on this? Since we are talking about it, we need to find the third person rule. Because it is in third person, we need to know is going to be next. So it is very often his fault. So by this, oops, why did I mark it in blue? Sorry. I'm going to do it in black here. So it, and then third person. And because we know it's in third person, is has to be next to it, right? So it has to be, it is very often his fault. So that is the correct answer. Number 3, the first one is correct in colloquial. So again, COL, this is correct. So again, we need our parenthetical comma here. It very often is his fault. So again, we are being dramatic. We're emphasizing that. 4, they are rarely at home. They rarely are at home. So here, we are talking in third person again. They is third person again. We're following that rule, so we need to have are next. So they are rarely at home is the correct answer. The second one here for number 4 is correct colloquially. The COL, because yes, this is something we do use. So in speech, they rarely are at home. We do say that. And that can be confusing to a lot of people here. Cool. Dramatic equals dramatic. Exactly. You just want to be dramatic. Number 5, he has usually coffee with his lunch, or he usually has coffee with his lunch. So this one altogether, this is not even used colloquially because it's just really awkward. So there is only one correct answer, and it's that one, the second one. Also, let me just change it back to black. So he usually has coffee with his lunch. So if you want to make this into a colloquial expression, this is the one that is correct in terms of colloquial. He has coffee with his lunch usually. Notice that? I moved it to the back. So usually is not after the verb. He has. And also what's also important to note here is that it is not a be verb. And because it's not a be verb, it cannot follow this third person rule. That's something to remember. The third person rule is only applicable if it's followed by be. So third person plus be, then you can use that rule. I'm finding these patterns for grammar, so you can call them hacks. So that's how you can figure it out. Number 6, my boss hardly ever is angry with me, or my boss is hardly ever angry with me. Be is present, okay? So we already know that. We found be. So it has to be behind, following behind the subject. So that's how we know this is the correct answer. My boss is hardly ever angry with me. And then the top one is actually correct in terms of colloquial, because I'm thinking about it in my head right now. My boss, hardly ever, is angry with me. So again, parenthetical 1. Good. Very good. Great job, Topoki. We often invite friends to our house. We invite often friends to our house. So we often invite friends to our house, or we invite often friends to our house. So it's going to be the first one. We often invite, and this is just a basic rule, the subject and the verb, and then just put the adverb in the middle because it is not specific. We invite often friends to our house is... This is correct in colloquial. So again, we're doing it for dramatic pause. We invite often friends to our house. So it's just, again, emphasis. Dramatic. It has that tone or flavor or vibe, whatever you want to call it. So again, this is okay for colloquial. So this is a classic case of what even even native speakers would definitely get this question wrong if they were to take an English test to display their knowledge of English. I would be one of them if I had my memory of... Let's see. If I was back in high school and I didn't know these grammar rules and these small nuances, I would probably have gotten all of these wrong. Or like maybe got a few right and then the rest wrong. It's because of these small little rules. So grammar is very specific. They want it a certain way. Colloquial or everyday speech, we're very flexible. We tell the grammar rules to hell with you. We don't care about your rules. We're just gonna do whatever the hell we want. And it sounds, if it makes sense, it is correct. That is colloquial. I kid you not, that's how it is. I like being colloquial, right, Topoki? That's just how it is. Hi, RJ. Welcome, welcome. So, 8.9. Say the sentences out loud, putting the adverb of frequency in the correct place. So we're just rewriting this and putting them grammatically in their grammatically correct place. Right? So I am emphasizing this as grammatically because technically the way we say it in speech is okay too, but we just have to be very, very correct here. Hi, Teacher Hannah, right? Yes, it is me. Topoki, yeah, guys, it's a reunion here. I'm saying it. I'm saying it. We're getting people from Hollow again. We're all meeting up here again. This is great. I really love this kind of environment that we have. Okay, so she has lunch with her friends frequently. So here we have to say it and rewrite it in the correct grammatical place, or in the grammatically correct place. She has lunch with her friends and it's frequently. So we have to say she frequently has. With her friends. Yes, I'm from Hollow, haha. Aw, good to see you. It's like a Hollow reunion here. He meets clients in London occasionally. So we have occasionally, it's not specific, so it's gonna be right here. He occasionally meets clients in London. Okay. Oh, I appreciate all the hearts, you guys. Oh my god. I'm like laughing too. That's so cute. Like every time I see that, I'm just like, oh my god, that's so cute. We're bringing it back. It's great to see you always. Let's see here. It's always great to see you. You're late for work. You're almost never late for work. There we go. Oh, you guys, I keep seeing all the train of hearts. Like every time I look up, I'm like seeing a train of hearts going, you guys are so cute and sweet. I actually really appreciate that. Aw, you guys. I read on train trips, usually. I usually read on Okay, so I'm gonna revisit these sentences and I'm gonna address them using blue to represent colloquial, okay? So if I put a marking for it, you can see where it's going to appear. So she has lunch with her friends frequently. So this would end at the end of the sentence. So it would be like, comma, frequently. Then you have, he meets clients in London, comma, occasionally. Okay, so it's at the very end, then period. It's great to see you, comma, always. So for number 4, this is where the X is gonna be, which means it cannot work at the end of the sentence, colloquially. It's only, you're almost never late for work. Not, you're late for work almost never. It's just a really weird phrase, and no one says that. I don't think people say that in the US or in California specifically. What's interesting is I think I hear British people actually say this at the end of the word. They would say, you're late for work, almost never. And I'm like, British people, excuse me? They did something similar to that. I just don't know if it's adverbs of frequency. I swear to you, I will find the video, I will clip it, and we will review it together, and you will see exactly what I mean. And then Topoki said, this live stream saved, right? So we can rewatch it? Yes. So what happens to Pokey is that this is also being recorded on YouTube at the same time. So Instagram saves the live stream as a reel. I'm gonna upload it on this Homebody Cafe post, and I'm also gonna have it ready on YouTube. So there's that. So I'm thinking that once the video is done uploading on YouTube, I'm just gonna combine the 2 videos together. So we have just like this long train of the YouTube video. And yeah, from there we can just, that's just a full stream. Yeah, cool. Right? That's why I wanted to stream on YouTube, is because it saves it. And preferably this is how I want to teach. Okay, so coming back here, number 5, I read on train trips, and then same rule, usually. And then that's it. So again, the reason why they can work at the very end is because dramatic. We Americans are very dramatic people. Us English speakers are dramatic people. I mean, look at our shows. Look at our TV shows. They're so dramatic. So it's reflected in our speech too. We are dramatic people. Okay, so now we have 8.10. Listen to the audio and write how often each activity is done. Lucy is an artist who has recently retired and moved to a small town. Her friend Michael is asking her about her new life. I will promote your channel. I love you. Thank you, Topoki. Please do. I would love to have more people on the stream and engage with you guys. So we'll definitely do that. So what we're gonna do is what I did before on YouTube. Typically there was like maybe one or most of the times no one shows up for my stream during my grammar streams, which I understand because you guys are all adults, you have a life. Sometimes my stream is way too late for you guys and you gotta sleep, and it's on a weekday, so you have work the next day. So I don't take it personally. I typically record or play the audio once, but since we have people on stream with us today, I will play it twice. So we have the list of words down here below. We have occasionally, frequently, always, hardly ever, and rarely. So I will play the audio twice so you guys can catch whatever is done. Feel free to just write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and then just type in whatever your answer is. If you don't type fast or if you need more time, that's okay. You can still post it, but I will be giving the answers after the second round just to compare what you guys did. And if you have questions, feel free to just write it in the chat and then I'll respond to you. So we're gonna jump here, and I also want to try lowering the volume because you guys know how much I love my lo-fi music. So we're finally doing a work exercise here, 8.10. So the audio for this book is free and available online. Here's 8.10. I'm gonna try and lower the volume even more just in case. And then I'm gonna bring back the PDF in a second.
So, Lucy, how's life now you've retired?
Artists never retire, do they? I still often paint in my studio. We live near my daughter and her family now, so I frequently look after my grandson and read him stories.
Are you enjoying life in the country?
Yes, thanks. It's great to make the most of being outdoors. I always walk the dog before breakfast. I occasionally do the gardening, but we also have a gardener.
I hear there are some great restaurants in your town.
Yes, but Tony and I like cooking, so we rarely go out for dinner. We buy food from our local stores now. We hardly ever go to the big supermarket.
Okay. Hello, Shadi. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so I'm gonna play it one more time for you guys, so hopefully you got all the words at this time. I will share the answer afterwards.
So, Lucy, how's life now you've retired?
Artists never retire, do they? I still often paint in my studio. We live near my daughter and her family now, so I frequently look after my grandson and read him stories.
Are you enjoying life in the country?
Yes, thanks. It's great to make the most of being outdoors. I always walk the dog before breakfast. I occasionally do the gardening, but we also have a gardener.
I hear there are some great restaurants in your town.
Yes, but Tony and I like cooking, so we rarely go out for dinner. We buy food from our local stores now. We hardly ever go to the big supermarket.
Okay, so let's go ahead and compare our answers. Also, I'm gonna check the audio for a second. Okie dokie. I'm going back to the stream here. Alrighty. Okay, so we're back. Let's look at our answers. We have number 1 was, oh sorry, the sample was often. Number 1 is frequently. Okay. Number 2 is always. Number 3 is occasionally. Number 4 is rarely. And number 5 is hardly ever. Okay. Those are your answers. Also, I realized I wrote them in blue. Sorry. Blue is supposed to represent conversational. So disregard that. I should have went back to black ink. So I usually use blue just to indicate colloquial stuff. All right, we're now moving on to the next one, 8.11. Read the article, answer the questions. Your health, beach living. Renshu talks about his new life in Barbados. When my wife Zoe and I lived in London, every day was stressful. We almost never went out because we were too tired. One day I saw this hotel and diving center for sale in Barbados. We left our jobs, bought the business, and moved to paradise. Now we work as diving instructors. After breakfast, I usually check the diving gear and load it onto the boat. Zoe occasionally does breakfast for our guests, but our staff usually do that. Zoe and I teach diving courses 5 days a week. We miss our families and friends, but we regularly call our parents and visit friends in London twice a year. We love our new life. That would actually be really awesome. Can you imagine? I like that they switch jobs and then they're just living their best life. That's basically what I want to do, you guys. Okay, so it looks like we're doing true, false, or not given. Okay, let's look at this. Zoe usually checks the diving gear. The answer for that is false. So where did we find that? It's right here. I usually find the diving gear. So that is not Zoe, but I think her husband, Renshu. Renshu and Zoe's staff usually make breakfast. So true, false, not given. We said our staff usually does that. So the answer for number 2 is true. 3, Renshu and Zoe rarely teach diving course is false. They said here, we regularly... Oh, sorry, not call. So, Zoe and I teach the diving course 5 days a week. So, they do. 4, Renshu and Zoe frequently call their parents. They say regularly call. So this is kind of tricky for number 4 because of word choice. Regularly and frequently, are they the same thing? Regularly, frequently. I would say yes. So regularly is like habitual, right? And then like maybe once or twice or 3 times a week. And then you have frequently. More often. So word choice can be kind of picky here, just because we already addressed in like the very first page of this chapter that there's a degree of how we use these adverbs. Depending on which one you choose, it has a higher degree of like higher frequency. So frequently would technically be higher than regularly. So if I could find that evidence in the first page. My bad. This is the previous one. So notice here, frequently is up there. Or let me use a different color. Frequently and regularly. You can see right there, there's a degree of difference. Frequently is higher than regularly, which is why I questioned it. Oh, this is not it. Here. So now that we're back to this section, so Renshu and Zoe frequently call their parents. The answer book actually says it's true, but it's not. So the answer should actually be false. The reason why is because the degree is different between them. Regularly is a bit less, but again, wait, let me just do the check mark. True for the book, but this is where I say it's false. It should be, just because the words are different degrees. And in the text it says, we regularly call them. So this is more of me disputing that it is the word. They're different. So the answer is, we regularly call our parents. The answer should be false. And that doesn't match the book's answer key. And that happens a lot. So really, at the end of the day, it depends on the institute that you're going to, because you should ask them on how do they want it to be done. But personally, for me, I would say the answer is false. Just because these words are different. They're not the same. All right. Renshu and Zoe's friends sometimes visit them. Here it says, we miss our family and friends, but we regularly call our parents and visit friends in London twice a year. We love our new life. So here, Zoe and Renshu's friends sometimes visit them. It's not given as the answer. Because it was just not mentioned in the text. So typically I don't like not given, and I've addressed this in the past, mainly because not given and false are technically the same thing. So it's false if it's not mentioned, and it's false if it's the wrong answer, the wrong detail. So there's really no point why there should be not given, other than the fact that not given as an option indicates your comprehension skills. So basically, this kind of format of learning and checking your end and checking how well you know your text, it's checking for comprehension from your end. So me as a teacher, if I see that you said false, that tells me, in a way, if you chose this, that would tell me you think you saw it. That's kind of the impression that it's giving me, just because we have the not given option. Does that make sense to you guys? Technically, we don't need the not given, because false and not given are the same thing. It's false. It's just it. Keep it simple. But not given indicates your level of comprehension skills. So if you choose false, that tells me you didn't read it properly, or you misunderstood it, and you thought that they mentioned it, but the text didn't tell you at all. So it's just another layer. It's just another layer of telling me about you as a reader and as a language learner. So that's all there is to it. I personally don't like them, but it is what it is. Okay, so now that we see that there's a checklist here, that tells me we're actually done with the chapter, because if we go to the next page, it's chapter 9, everyday activities. So we've been streaming for almost 2 hours now. I typically don't do that, just so you guys know. I usually try to keep it at 90 minutes max. So actually, let me double check. How long have I been streaming? 38 minutes. Actually, it's a little over than 30 minutes, so this is perfect. So it's right around the 90-minute mark. So this is what I'm going to propose in the future. I think what I'll do is that since I do my grammar streams at 8 p.m. PDT, I typically try to do 90 minutes for my grammar. So at some point when I'm streaming, I will be disconnected because Instagram will kick me off, and then I have to come back in. So this is just my discretion for you guys and letting you guys know ahead. So my stream ends after 60 minutes. I don't know why, but that's Instagram's rule. So it's kind of similar to Hollow, where it times you out after 60 minutes, you leave the stream. So timing is really important. When the stream ends, what you do on Instagram is that you just wait for me to come back online. And that typically that's typically around 3 to 5 minutes, you know? Because since I'm streaming on an application that allows me to stream both on YouTube and Instagram, I'm just going to show you my screen. So this is what I see on my screen. There's a horizontal output. This is what you see if you're watching me on YouTube. and this is the vertical output if you're watching me on Instagram. So I have two different styles, and it's streaming on both Instagram and YouTube right now. So after I end the stream, YouTube will already have this video posted. So you will find it. It's on YouTube already. For Instagram though, it is saved in my archive and I have to download it, then post it on Instagram. So basically it's a process for me. So after I end today's stream, I think a few things will happen from my end. Number one, I will be editing the stream here and putting the live stream together. So I will private the original stream, which is two videos, because I had to end the stream altogether. So once Instagram kicks me off, I can't stream here anymore. My YouTube channel also ends the stream after 3 to 5 minutes. So what I have to do is I have to end the stream altogether, and then from there, I have to re-input the new key for Instagram. So I'll show you guys my Instagram briefly. So this is my Instagram page here. So when I press create, it gives me the link, and I always constantly have to update my stream. So you can't hear anything here right now because I have this little great audio thing where I can actually mute it so you guys can't hear it in the stream, and it prevents echoing, which is wonderful. But yeah, so once that stream is over, I have to get the key again. So that's why it takes a few minutes for me to get back in, because number one, Instagram needs to buffer and it needs like a minute before I can submit another key and then go live again. So it does take like a minute or two, and then I'm back on stream. So just wait for another live notification. So if you are following me, I don't know if you're able to follow my live stream notifications. Make sure you do that, because once you see that, that means you can jump in right away. So it is a process, and that's what happened. Also, hello R1, nice to see you, and welcome to the stream. We are just about done for today. I'm just covering the ending for today's session. So again, there are two different outputs. One is a YouTube version, one is the Instagram version. You will see the Instagram reel or the recording later. I will post it. I will post the full live stream. So hopefully Instagram allows me to get it all from like 0 to 60. Hopefully the whole thing, not just like a small snippet of it. That's where my fingers are crossed. In the near future, I am planning to make edits where I can make them into reels. So the reels would be like just highlighting specific moments of these Instagram reels, and also from YouTube as well. So I have a bucket load of videos to edit and put together. So it is going to take some time. I do have a moderator who comes here and helps me with my stream and edits my videos for me, he's great. He's a great person. You might see him. His name is Hans. So he'll be here sometimes and you'll hear me refer to him. So if you see Hans, shout out to him. Tell him that he's a great mod and that he's a good friend. So yeah, seriously, thank you, Hans. I'm really grateful. You do a lot of awesome things for me. So yeah, with that being said, that's my update in terms of what my stream looks like and how this is going. Because previously what I used to do is I used to stream on Discord. So, oh yeah, and speaking of Discord, since you guys are here, I do want to invite you guys to my Discord channel. So please wait 1 second while I copy paste the invitation link to my Discord server. So the reason why I'm saying that, why I want to give you guys my Discord server the Discord server link, it's because this is where I am the most up to date and communicative. So if I'm telling you I'm gonna go stream, I'll be here. Are you still on Hollow? Not as much anymore, because on Hollow what I do is like I do tutor sometimes. I'm mainly there for a student because this specific student wants to hang out with me. Not just hang out, but catch up and also help her improve on her English. But I haven't seen her in a while because I know she's switching jobs and she has a new transition in life. So I'm mainly on Hollow when she's there, for the most part. But she has been very busy, so I haven't been able to be on Hollow as much as I'd like anymore. Thank you for the awesome class. No problem. So, 1 second before I grab... 1 second, guys. So sorry. That is not what I'm trying to get. I'm trying to get the FAQs. One second, guys. Before you leave, I just want to show you guys the invitation link for this. And it's so frustrating for me because I'm just like, I don't know where I placed it. Okay, I'll just grab it here. Where is it? Here it is. Join the Discord. I'm gonna copy this. If you have a Discord, or if you plan to make one, just join this. And boom, right there. I just copy pasted it in the chat just now. So basically, you're probably wondering, what is the Homebody Cafe Discord? So we are here in this section. So I'm gonna give you guys a brief tour on what this is. So basically, if you are in the Homebody Cafe, I have an announcement section where I tell you guys when I'm gonna stream, and I also have a bot here that tells you what I'll do, what the summary is, and what time. This will change into your time zone, so it'll tell you what time it is in your time zone. So here's one for time zone conversion, Monday, January 8th, 13 GMT, 5 a.m. my time zone. So it will adjust to yours. And it's nice because this bot will tell you immediately. So when it happens, they tell you, it's like, okay, the stream is starting now. And it tells you 5 o'clock on the dot yesterday. This was this morning. I wrote, oh, hi guys, I'm going to be streaming in the morning. See you soon. I didn't have time to make my sesh bot, so I will do that today after I end the stream. And this one too. So in this section, I mentioned, oh, I'm going on stream today because this is my regular schedule. So I will be posting some new posts on Homebody teacher account on Instagram. So I will be posting my new schedule. I will be updating the sesh bot, so it'll tell you when my next session to stream will be, so you guys will never miss it. And then what's also nice about this place is that there's a lot of things you can do here. There's a resource, so you can all introduce yourself, ask questions. I do save all my live streams, so I have a section here called live stream notes. So you can have a collection of all the streams I've ever done on my YouTube channel here, all in one place. So I did all of that for you guys, for your references. So I didn't get to put the 15th session yet. But yeah, I usually put it here, and I place my the details. So the stream itinerary, this is just telling you what did we do on this session. The links for them, because typically what happens at the end of the stream is that I do give you guys a link to the notes that I created on my Remarkable. So what we learned today, I posted on here, so you have your own note. And then of course, if you choose to subscribe to me through Ko-Fi or Coffee, if you become a subscriber, I give you guys the homework, so you can actually have a homework page and practice what we learned. And then when you finish it, you can tag me on that post, and then I can grade it for you and let you know. So yeah, it's all there. I don't know, why does it say unknown? I'm gonna figure out why it says that. I'm gonna fix that in a second. But yeah, all of the things you want to know, it's all under the information section here. The welcome new students just tell me who joins the server, and then I greet everyone. Announcement just tells you what I do, or like when I'm doing the stream, and any updates. FAQs here. Basically it tells you the details about what is going on in the server, so I tell you guys what goes on over here. Of course, I put a funny meme saying first time just because it's just silly. And then it just tells you all the stuff here. So these are all just details of every room that you want to know here. And then you have the discussion forum, so you can talk about anything. You can introduce yourself, you can make a new one. So it's just a nice place for you guys to hang out. which is why I really like want to push you guys if you want to have like more activity or engagement. Homebody Cafe on Discord. I made all of this a year ago, so everything is all here. Back then, I used to be able to stream through Discord, so I would be in a call, then I would share my screen and show you guys and record it on YouTube. But because my laptop is low in performance, I can't do that anymore, so I had to stop. But I'm gonna keep them here because in the near future, when I upgrade, I can do that again in the future. So I can be in call and also streaming at the same time. But yeah. If you guys remember, back in the day, I used to do karaoke. So that's a simp hour. So singing is my passion cue. So if you ever want to do karaoke, just let me know. We can definitely do that in the near future, and also for celebratory streams. So let's say I get like 100 followers on YouTube, for example, or on Instagram or whatever. So we can also do those milestone markers and just do karaoke again like we did in the past. So I do want to bring that up. It'll be fun. But yeah, that's everything you need to know. The link is in the description below. On YouTube if you choose to look there. But I also just posted it on Instagram. So the thing is, what I do know from Instagram is that it doesn't post chat. So I have to read the questions aloud just so we have that reference that there was a question or comment. So Topoki just said, awesome. Thank you. Thank you. So we just finished English for everyone. This is the end of the stream. So we have questions, comments, concerns, or suggestions. If you have any, you're welcome to ask them right now while the stream is still running. If not, you can comment after I post this video on my Instagram. Or you can comment in the YouTube channel or YouTube comment section. Or you can also comment in the Discord channel. So after I upload the link of the stream, then it's going to be all there. So really, there's different places you can comment, and then I'll try to respond to you. But out of all of them, I would probably comment the fastest on Discord and on Instagram. Those are the higher likelihoods where I'm most active. So that being said, I don't always post announcements of when I will be streaming ahead of time on Instagram. It's just I have to prepare a lot of things beforehand and I forget to do that, and I apologize. I do it on Discord, and it's because of the sesh bot, and I do that ahead of time. It announces it for you or on my behalf. So you don't have to wait for me to announce it because the bot does it for me. So again, this is why I encourage you to go through Discord, just because notifications there are much faster, and I am active on Discord like 24/7. So there's that. Okay, so with that being said, thank you guys for joining. It was so wonderful to see you guys again. So RJ, it was good to see you. Topoki, you were great. I'm so happy you were here. Irie, it was good to see you. And Nor, you were awesome. Thank you for just being around and just spending your evening or morning with me wherever you are in the world. I do want to wish you guys a good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I wish you have a wonderful day or a good night's rest. And yeah, I hope to see you guys tomorrow morning, because I will be streaming again when I wake up at 5 a.m. It will be a conversation stream. So I have questions I can provide for you guys, and then that's it. That's really all there is to it. So yeah, look out for the stream. Look out for new posts that I may be able to do tonight. It's kind of a tight squeeze because, you know, it's getting late for me and I do have work in the morning as well. So fingers crossed, I will do as much as I can before I sleep. So that being said, I will see you guys later. If you're in the same time zone. For me, it's going to be in the next 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I will see you in the next 7 hours. I will be up here streaming again in the morning for conversation. So yeah, see you tomorrow. All right, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. I'm going to update these stream covers later, but yeah, see you guys soon. Stay hydrated, eat something healthy. Bye-bye.